I'm out to catch some intimate autumnal images. Why not come with me and see what we can find? Well, good afternoon, and we're only just into the afternoon and we're still in the Lake District. I do need to plan to go a bit further afield, but I haven't quite got round to that yet. And if you saw my last video, you'll see I was in a wooded area taking sort of general vista type of images. So I thought for a change we'll try and come up with some what I'm going to call intimate autumnal images or intimate autumnal pictures, and just something a bit different. So where have I come? As you can see, I'm walking along the road now and I've come to Rydal. I've been here a number of times and there's some nice sort of wooded areas, but there's some waterfalls that I'm hoping will have lots of coloured leaves about and can get quite a nice image of the waterfall with the colours around it. But I'm also hoping that as I go through the wooded area I can come up with some slightly more intimate images, whether there be fallen leaves on the ground or what, I'm not quite sure, but I think that's the plan. So yeah, so we'll carry on, get into the wooded area and we'll see what we can come up with. So yeah, whatever happens, we'll see you shortly. Well, I hope you can see me all right. I've just come into this sort of wooded area and I've come up across this little scene, and you can see up there's some rocky rocks covered in mossy rocks with fallen leaves. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up the stills camera there, and you can see that, and I don't know whether you can see here. There's a bit of a fern, and then we've got the mossy rocks and the fallen leaves. Now, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this crop wise. I might just crop it into a 5 before, and oh look, there's some light coming on. So we might, as the light plays around, we might capture some more images of this just to see which is the best. I've played around. Initially I did it f4 because I wanted the background to get a bit blur, but when I looked at the back of the camera, everything was a bit too blurry, so I've stopped down to f5.6, and I've also upped the ISO to 400, just so we don't have a too quick a shutter speed. There is a bit of movement, particularly the fern is just, there's a little bit of breeze, so it is moving a little bit. So yeah, hopefully that's you'll quite like that. We'll put that up. As I say, we'll possibly take some more images because the sunlight seems to have come since I took the images. So yeah, and we'll look around for some more as we head up to the waterfalls. So we'll turn the camera off there and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well hopefully you enjoyed that image, and I haven't really left, I'm at the same area, just been wandering around, and you can see we've got the camera there, and I don't know whether you can see on the back we've got whoops. Got an image of a leaf there. And I was just wandering around, and if we look here, there's the tripod. And there we've got a rather green leaf, although it's going brown at the edges. If we just zoom in on it, it's among all the brown and yellowy brown and dark brown leaves, and I just thought it made quite a nice composition. As I say, the idea of today is to try and come up with more intimate images embracing the autumnal colours, and in a sense that's what that's doing. And you can see the camera on the tripod's not very high, the camera's pointed straight down. So yeah, we'll put that up, and I don't think we're gonna get any more images here. If we do, I will just put them up and then we'll head on upstream. So yeah, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, from the little wooded area when we've come down to this stream that actually goes into Rydal Beck, and there's some quite nice little waterfalls, cascades, or whatever you want to call them, and I just thought they made quite a nice scene. I'll just try bringing up on the back of the camera. There's one of the images I've taken just to give you some idea. We're just looking down to that bit there, slightly zoomed in. We're at what? We're about 45 mil. And yeah, it's just the stream with the different autumnal colours, etc. And I've done it at a variety of shutter speeds from, well, I think it was a 1/6 up to 2 seconds. And yeah, whichever I feel is best, we'll put up. If it's ambiguous, I might put one up at opposite ends of what I've taken. So yeah, I mean, if we just look down here, there, I don't know, right, you can see there's the bridge that takes us across the Beck, Rydal Beck. I think it is Beck anyway. If it's not, I'll put it up on the video, and then the path goes up that way, and there's some waterfalls that have quite a lot of trees around them, so it should be a nice lot of leaves. So that's where we're going to head next. Obviously we'll stop if we see anything catches my eye as we go up. So yeah, it's proving quite a nice afternoon. The weather's quite good. It has turned cooler these last few days, so I've got a few more layers on, but certainly not cold. But yeah, as I said, we'll put the best images up, and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've just come to this weir on Rydal Beck, and there's nothing that grabs me in terms of capturing any images here, and it's quite pleasant. But what I just wanted to point out, I mean, we've got the bit of a sort of cascade falls there. I mean, there is more beyond, but you can't see them from here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in, and if you look up, if we go up to there, there's this sort of pillar in the middle of the river. And I was thinking, well, what was that? But if we look across to the other side, you'll see there's a fence coming down, and there's obviously a path coming down there, and at some point there must have been a bridge, because if we look there, if I'm doing this right, there's a path going up there, so obviously there was a bridge at some point. I just thought I'd point that out to you. I mean, we're just going to work upstream till we find something quite nice to photograph. So I mean, yeah, it's a nice little cascade, and it's quite pleasant. There's just nothing particularly grabs me over here, so we'll just go back along the path there and then up onto the other path and further upstream and see what we can find. So we'll see you later. Right, we've made it to the first of the sort of main falls. There's this, and then there's another one behind, and I think there's ones further up the beck. But I think we'll just go to this one and the next one up, and then we'll think about heading back down. But I was wanting to do something a bit different here. So I mean, you can see we've got the camera there, and we've got a filter on, an ND filter. So if we look down and if I zoom in, you'll see there's some leaves that are spiraling a bit. So I've been trying to get the spiral of the leaves at different shutter speeds. I started off at 30th of a second, that was way too long. And I'm hovering around a second or 2 seconds, and we'll have to see what they come out like in post-processing. I just thought it was something a bit different. I think part of the problem, the water is a bit rough, and so they're bobbing about quite a bit. There's maybe a bit more water coming down than I thought there might have been. So yeah, anyway, we'll put the image up, see what you think, and then we're going to head upstream to see what's at the next fall. So, but it's a grand afternoon. So yeah, we'll put the best image up, and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've come to this second of the main falls, and this is as far as we're going. We're going to head back now. It's quite difficult because all this that you see in front of me, although it's covered in leaves, is very boggy. And you can see where the camera is. And I've just tried, if I zoom in, I don't know whether this will work, I've just been trying to focus in on that bit there where we've got some leaves to add some colour, and then I've tried different shutter speeds with the water pounding down by the side. Just something different, because as I said, the whole idea of this outing is to get some more not imminent, oh, the word's gone. Yeah, no, can't remember the word. Anyway, so we're zooming in, so yeah, we'll finish that. It's just some leaves with some light catching my eye over there. We'll maybe see if I can get an image or not. If I can, I'll put it up with this image from here, and then we're going to head back, possibly to the cafe, see if we can get a drink and a bit of cake or something. So yeah, whatever happens, we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, as you saw from the B-roll, I did go to the cafe and had a hot chocolate and piece of flapjack, which is very, very nice. And now I've come to, if I turn round, you'll see there's the waterfall and the grot. Now, I couldn't, in a sense, come to Rydal Hall without coming here. But having come here, I'm not particularly enamoured to take an image today. I'm just not feeling it here, and I have taken quite a few images already, and most of them are what I would call intimate, the word that I couldn't remember at the last place. So I'm just going to finish the video off here. So yeah, it's been a good afternoon. I think we've got some reasonable images, and yeah, we're just going to head back to the van, which is in the Park Authority car park just outside Rydal, and head home. And if you haven't already done so and you have enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up, and if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. All that does really help the channel. And the one thing I really do appreciate is comments. Whatever, negative, positive, just saying thank you or whatever, I really do appreciate those. So yeah, obviously I've had my GPS, so we'll put a map up of where we've been, so you can see where we've been. I mean, it's all relatively straightforward. I parked just outside Rydal, walked into Rydal, up to Rydal Hall, and then followed the Beck up to the waterfalls, the Beck back down to Rydal Hall to the cafe, and now I'm going to go back to the road, the private road, back down into the village itself, and then off to the car park. So what else have we got in store? I'm still trying to make the most of autumn, and I saw some images that really just have inspired me to try and find, I haven't quite worked out where I'm going to go, but sort of a high level, so I can be looking down on the valleys with the different colours, and hopefully some sunlight. One place I was possibly thinking of going to, which I have been to before and have mentioned to go back is maybe High Dote. And it will be tomorrow. Today is Friday. Obviously I've got to try and get this video sorted to get up on Sunday, and then if we can get out tomorrow, that will be a video for next Wednesday. So I mean, that's what we've got planned. There's no particular plans for the future apart from just watching what the weather's doing, see what takes me fancy, and yeah, just try and keep producing hopefully reasonable videos. So, and yeah, it's, as I say, it's been a good afternoon. The autumnal colours are still there. I just thought it would be different to get some intimate images rather than the sort of grand vistas of the forest with the different colours there. So yep, I'm starting to ramble, I think, so we'll just say we'll see you on the next video.